chair so that you can see me and my friend Jonas. We have a few things to tell you.
You want to kick this one off now, or what?
Yeah, I got it. Hey, I'm Brad, and this is Jonas, and pretty much we just wanted to commend you for being a medical marijuana advocate, and we wanted to share a few pieces of information today on what we've done, and and we've
Don't forget to do the disclaimer.
yes,
You want me to do it?
yeah, go ahead.
It's for entertainment, knowledge, and the fact of freedom of speech. We're just exercising our rights, First Amendment, and go ahead, man.
Well, Barry, we've been trying to prove the corruption of cops in Maine, and we walked around today, and we chatted with one, and he was okay.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was a good guy, but we walked when we got to we walked over to a different area where there was two cops parked side by side, and one of them was the cop that we had talked to earlier, and another one was a different cop, obviously, and
Which I found very coincidental.
yeah, and they insisted that we left, and we were doing nothing wrong. We committed no crimes, and we said, look, we
Yeah, remember they were talking about a football game.
yes, they were talking about a football game, and we walked up on them, and we just wanted to chat with them and say hi, and they told us to go away, and my excuse to for us to be able to stick around a little longer was to tell them that I wanted to become a police officer, which I don't, but
You were being persistent about it.
I was being very very persistent about it, and the cop told me stay in school, don't do drugs, blah 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 blah, and then they tried to shoo us off. And when we wouldn't leave, they flicked on their lamps on their vehicle, their spotlights, and shined them right in our eyes.
And would not stop.
Yeah, it wouldn't stop. And kind of we had to put our hands up, kind of like that, because it was a little blinding. But and then one of the cop, one on the right, just to be a dingling, he flicked his blue lights on and started revving up his engine, and which we're just being friendly. That's completely unnecessary. I'm sure you agree with me 100%, Barry.
Yep.
But we had a video, a tape recorder on us. We did not record those police officers, obviously, but we walked around and we found several people to talk about legalizing marijuana and how they feel about medical marijuana. And some of them were like, pot is bad, go away. And which we did. We respected their wishes. And excuse me. And some of them,
We're all for it.
were all for it and wanted to voice their opinion, which they did. They spoke to us, some of them for like 10 minutes, and said that they agree with medical marijuana. They think that marijuana should be legalized in the United States.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's so cold in Maine, and the wind, the sound quality was terrible, so we couldn't put it on YouTube, which we were planning on doing.
And I think the cold really messed up like the batteries and the way that the actual operating of the recorder itself, it just kind of made it like it will sound really slow and in slow motion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of all.
Yeah, and my voice ended up being really, really high pitched and stuff, but
It's really strange, actually.
but yeah, so we are trying to do what you are doing, Barry. I feel that the more people that does this, the better, for the cause of legalizing marijuana, because after all, it is a plant. It's harmless, and an overdose on it leads to raiding your fridge, getting the munchies, nibbling down on some, good old, beef jerky, and having a good old, little thing of milk or something,
Or even
or getting a sandwich.
some of these.
Yeah,
These are the shit, dude. I love these things.
that's all marijuana does. Just makes you a little hungry. That's all. Helps you relax, and even helps me sleep at night. And so we're with you, Barry. We really are. We're pushing for legalization, and the more people, I feel, the more people that speak out for this, the better. Unfortunately, many people are scared to do what me and Jonas are doing because they're afraid of getting in trouble, and they're just scared in general. Me and Jonas are not scared. We're all for what we're doing, and you are too, Barry, and that's why we're with you, man. And we're We support you, and we're trying to do what you're doing. You're doing it on a much larger scale because, you know, and
something only we could dream of.
yep, and we really commend you, man. You're doing a really great job. Keep it up and keep posting more videos, man.
Yeah, man.
We really commend you. And,
Yeah, keep up with that Cop Busters too, man. That is the bomb.
never get rated.
Never get rated.
All your
never get
stuff you
busted.
put up has given me. You don't know how much information you have filled my head with, Barry.
Oh yeah, man.
You have really educated me when it comes to the law. You really have all that stuff. I never knew all that stuff. You know, a cop before I saw all your stuff, a cop would have intimidated me to the point where I'd let him in. You know, no way. There's no way I do that now. I tell him, get a search warrant, and if you have a search warrant, my hands are up. Kick my door in. You know, so I'm really checking out your stuff, and your stuff is very good, and I'm sure in the future it'll keep me out of a lot of trouble, and I'm sure it'll keep Jonas out of a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah,
too.
already has.
Yeah. So keep it up, Barry. You're a good guy. We love you. And
Wait a second, man.
And
Since we got 6 minutes here, I just want to point out something real quick. Did you notice that when we recorded a lot of people or whatnot, that a lot of them were actually really afraid of us. You know, they're like, no way, you know, and they like practically ran from us, Brad. You know.
yeah, we actually had people almost
we were
run from
demons
us.
or something, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that just proves one thing to me, and I'm sure it proves it to you too, that like the corruption level is so high that they're afraid of getting in trouble for voicing their opinion, the First Amendment, you know, freedom of speech, you know, and you know, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you know that too, Barry, because I'm sure you've
Oh yeah.
run into that situation many times.
Yeah, he's if I'm correct, he was actually arrested for a lot of the videos he was doing, and they tried to arrest him for it. So. Yeah.
Well, talking about it, I don't understand how, because you know, talking about it, Barry, that's not a crime.
Yeah, it's not crime.
You know, but you know, I've pretty much told you what I wanted to say. You know, as I said, Barry, keep it up. I support you.
Anyone who doesn't know the laws and stuff, man, just go to like maine.gov or whatever state you're in. Go to that state and .gov, and then put in like /laws.com or even .net or whatever, and you'll get all of this information. And it's all completely true because they're not allowed to lie about it, and they can't put it on their website unless it's true. So yeah.
So
in the future, me and Brad are going to actually try